In this course, we're going to go over bathing. I'm going to do a quick overview of all the steps. First is anal gland expression. Second, getting all the fur wet. Third, applying the shampoo and lathering. Fourth, rinsing off all the shampoo. And fifth, checking that all the shampoo is rinsed off. And we'll finish by towel drying. Now back to the beginning. I'm going to secure the dog with the leash. Double checking that the water's warm, and it is. Now we will express his anal glands. Anal glands are sebaceous glands located just beneath the rectum, one on either side. Lifting the tail brings the anal glands closer to the rectum, and it allows for easier expression. Expressing the anal glands is a little uncomfortable for the dogs, and he's a little nervous right here.
It's okay.
I'm able to get him calmed down, and he lets me express it. Alright, they express normally. I'm going to rinse off his bum, try to get all of those anal glands rinsed off of him. Now we're going to get all of his fur wet. I'm going to start with his body and then work my way up to his head. He's a little nervous, just going to very calmly get him turned in the direction so I can get the areas that are dry wet. Once I get close to his head, I'm going to try to avoid getting any water in his ears, in his nose, and in his mouth. It's okay at this low water pressure for the water to get in his eyes. I pin down the ear to prevent water from getting in the ear canal. Now he's all wet, we're going to grab the shampoo. I make sure to mix up the pre-diluted shampoo because sometimes the oatmeal separates to the bottom. I'm going to start with his body. I'm going to try to apply the shampoo for his entire body and lather it up all at once. If any part of the fur is not lathered, that means it is not clean, and I need to either add more water if it's dry or add more shampoo until it gets a nice thick lather.
It's okay, little man.
I'm going to make sure to scrub his bum. Get the back of his legs and the pads of his feet washed really good in between his toes. Repeat the process for his other back leg. Spin him around, come up to his front right leg. I'm lathering and scrubbing all the fur, trying to make sure there's no spots that get missed. Under the neck, his chest, in the armpits, now onto his last leg.
No, don't like that. No licking soap.
If the dogs lick up the soap, it can give them digestive issues, make their stomach upset, possibly diarrhea. Alright, get around the leash, make sure that underneath the leash and behind his ears is nice and lathered. Now that I'm applying shampoo to his face, I'm going to try to avoid getting shampoo in all those same areas that I wanted to avoid water, in the ear canal, in his nose, and in his mouth, but I'm also going to try to avoid getting any shampoo in his eyes. The face can be a little tricky. Sometimes it's extra greasy, there's eye goobers in the corners of their eyes. You have to be very thorough with your scrubbing and lathering here, otherwise the face will come out greasy when you're all done.
Come here, bud.
Started to panic a little bit right there, and so I'm gonna pull him back, do a little bit of desensitizing, just rubbing between his eyes.
Good.
Look how good he's doing.
Good boy. Good job, Bathe.
Now we'll get under his other eye, over his eyebrow. Over the eyebrow can be a little difficult of a spot to get without getting soap in the eyes. You just have to do your best. It's being a little wiggly around his muzzle and his mouth. I'm just going to keep working around where I can and not try to force him to do too much until I absolutely have to, and just slowly work my way up towards the end of his mouth. That licking and chewing is a really good sign, although we do want to prevent him from licking up the shampoo. Licking and chewing signifies that he's in a calm state. He's trying to get me to stay in a calm state as well. So it shows a little bit of nervousness, but also calm state. Alright, now we're going to get everything rinsed off. I like to rinse off my hands first, so that it's not all over my nozzle. I'm gonna make sure that I rinse off his ears and his face. I'm gonna go over his eyes. Now this is safe to do with low water pressure, but if it's high water pressure, then you can cause injuries. Try to avoid getting water in his nose and in his ear canal. And when he shakes like that, I'm gonna let him shake because I want him to get any possible water that got in his ears out. Right here, we're working with him, trying to get him back into a calm state. He's getting a little panicked, backing up, pulling his head away. I stopped adding pressure with the hose. I took it away. I kept asking him to hold still, and I kept doing it until he held still and got back into that calm mindset. I need to get under the leash, and immediately he tries to bolt for the edge. Let's keep him in the tub. And get all underneath where that leash was sitting rinsed off. Make sure that there's no leftover soap there. Leftover soap under the leash or anywhere on the body can be an irritant to the skin, which can cause licking and scratching and eventually cause a hot spot where the skin is irritated, inflamed, and sometimes raw and bleeding. Now that the neck is rinsed, let's go ahead and get this leash back on. We'll keep rinsing off the rest of his body. I like to start with the top and have everything rinsed down. If you start from the bottom up, the soap will get rinsed off of his foot, and then as you rinse off his back, the soap might end up back down on his foot. So I start from the top of the back and then work my way down so that all of the soap gets rinsed off in the most thorough and efficient way that I can. Make sure to rinse the tail. Get the other side of the tail. Bottom of the foot, his bum, down his leg, his other foot, on his belly, the insides of his back legs. Okay, I believe he's all done being rinsed, and I'm going to do one final check for any leftover shampoo, as well as squeeze out the excess water. As I'm feeling around, if I feel anything slippery or sudsy, I'll check my hand and see if there's any bubbles on it. I didn't feel any soap, so we're good to go. We can move on to towel drying. I'm going to use the towel and squeeze out all of the water that I can until the towel is completely soaked or all the water that will come out has come out. Quick review of the steps. We first expressed the anal glands, then we got the fur wet, then we applied shampoo and lathered it, then rinsing off the shampoo, checking for any leftover shampoo, and then towel drying. And that's going to complete bathing. Check out the next video for drying.